Continuar. Bueno. Que no recargas. Ah, amigo. Vale. A ver qué tenemos. Un saque. Una caja de... Coño, 60. Esto está muy rico, pero... cuesta dinero. Vamos a comprar esto. Buen tequila. Esta es una zona... fea. Paula.
Paula, wait! Stop running, my love.
My love. Mi ángel.
Where are you?
Detrás de ti. Otra vez detrás de ti.
Paula.
¿Qué es esto? ¿Qué estás mirando? ¿Un melón? No. No. Oh. Una cabecita. ¡Ah! ¡Coño! Son of a bitch. La cabeza por ahí suelta. Qué asquito.
Well, that killed my stiffy.
Garcia, is that you? You came to save me.
Sí. Tu tanga.
Look out, G! It's a trap!
¿Qué te pasa? Oh. El que tiene genitales. Eso, come.
What the shit?
Demons like men, Garcia. They all try to get inside the pretty
Oh.
girl.
Shit! These twisted demons!
Di que sí.
Yes, well, that's the reason I left.
Fuck this pendejo!
Morirás.
If Mr. Man-on Monster wants to play, magnifico.
Magnífico. La. Ah, vale. ¡Hostia! ¡Hijo de puta! ¿Dónde estás? ¡Epa! Los cojones. ¡Epa! Serás maldito, te odio.
Where is that bastard?
He must be hiding around here somewhere.
¡No! ¡Otra cabra, no! ¿Dónde te la llevas?
Hello? Anybody home?
Show yourself, hell monkey.
I think he's scared of you.
He should be, Jay. He should be.
La escucho. No sé dónde está. Ahí está. ¿No? No la escucho, pero ahora solo quiero un poco de vida. ¡No, vamos! ¡Epa! ¡Sayonara! ¡Mierda! Joder. Vaya cagada. Uf. Adiós, George. Que te den por culo. De forma no deseada. Que si le gusta cosa suya, pero bueno, ya que tiene testículos. Pendejo. Adiós. Ay.
Nice rock. Shove it into my face, G. Trust me, it doesn't mean we're engaged or anything.
Might be a tight fit, but okay.
Si tú lo dices. Esa cabecita de atrás me sobra un poco, ¿eh?
Ooh, feels good.
Good.
So what exactly did that do?
Blue gems let me transform into new tools of war, new gears of me. In other words,
A new weapon. Magnifico.
you know, I bet all the VIPs are walking around with blue gem.
Oh, venga, ¿no me dejas explorar? Bueno. ¿Te ha matado a un VIP? ¡Vamos! ¡Ya! ¡Ya, ya, ya, ya! Carnaval caníbal. Ah, bueno, eso sí. ¡Qué bello es el mundo! Christopher. ¿Quién es Christopher? Ah, sí, me acuerdo quién es Christopher. ¡Qué bello es el mundo mundial!
You know I found Paula in a dumpster, right?
What?
¿Eh?
You said you met her at the supermarket.
I did. It was the bin out behind the dime a dozen.
And you just picked her up out of the rubbish and brought her home?
Why no?
Sometimes I think I hardly know you.
Qué asquito, ¿no? Todo. Estos demonios.
What was that?
I don't know, but we've got company, as in lots of.
Well, if they pull up a chair, I would be happy to beat them with it.
Puta mierda. Yo quiero... A ver si me salía el ataque ese. ¡Epa! Ah, vale, espera. Igual me salía ahora. ¡Come mierda! ¡Ataque! Vale, era este. Ataque brutal. Ven pa' aquí, muchachito. Que esto está bien porque... Porque sí, básicamente. Me lo dejas colocado y hace un ataque brutal. Creo que hay 5 diferentes. O 6. La putada es que no los puedo controlar yo. Oh, alcohol. Bienvenida. Oh. ¿Y esto qué es?
The man who never had his fill.
Oh.
It was a cold and snowy eve. Certainly no night for a man without a home to be walking these grey and endless streets. Inside the pizza parlor, George
Pizzería.
spun a lively tune on his harmonica. The
No,
ladies
no, 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 no.
giggled
Melodía.
and pointed excitedly at the harmonica man as their parents glowed with approval. His
Un hombre con
reward was
provecho,
all
sí
the
señor.
pizza he could eat, 6 pies at least, and a warm bed in one of these folks'
Coño,
homes.
no veas, ¿no?
He knew they were good for it.
Eso... Por ahora es un buen negocio.
But when he tucked in for the night, George had not had his fill.
Mac. George no está satisfecho.
As the years and calories stacked up, most men would have got older and fatter. Yet for all he consumed, George only got thinner as he washed from town to town.
¿Quién pudiera?
Worm. Tonight he plied his trade with some grannies and orderlies in a nursing home. Hoo-ah! His harmonica filled the room with joy. After devouring 3 helpings of pork chops and mashed potatoes, he eyed the plate of the old woman next to him. Juice dribbled down his chin. Go ahead, Georgie, she said. You're such a good boy. You shouldn't have to starve.
Como todas las yayas, eso está muy bien. Vamos, Georgie.
But George had not had his fill. Early the next morning, he was already on the freeway with his thumb in the air. Where are you headed? Said the man in the truck. Nowhere, said George. Anywhere.
Donde sea. No tengo rumbo fijo, pero tampoco estoy perdido. Aunque no sé dónde voy.
It was a new decade, and tonight George played to an all but empty bar in the city. He had lost a lot of weight. Afterwards, the only woman in the joint took the stool next to him and asked him his name.
Claro.
The bartender leaned over the counter. You don't know this guy, Mary. George is famous, been all over the tri-state area. With a wink, he added, man's insatiable.
If you know what I mean. Ahí un poco juguetón.
And that night, George proved it as he buried his face in Mary's bed. Holy woodland creatures! Attaboy, George! Attaboy, George!
Good boy, good boy.
Harmonica, she purred. But even after 5 trips to heaven and back, he had not had his fill. The morning after was an awkward affair as they stared at each other over coffee. One wanted to feel more, the other just wanted to feel.
Oh. O sea, le estuvo comiendo el entrepierno durante toda la noche y nada. Qué pena.
In his final days, George was all skin and bones. I can relate, except for the skin part. His last meal had been a mistake. It was on a sidewalk one night in a small suburban town that he came across the boy. Hungrily, and with an agonized grimace, he opened his mouth to beg for help. Out came a cacophony of wheezes and toots, but the boy understood.
Porque era un chico listo.
You mean Jorge ate his harmonica?
Once he was alone, George Reed looked at the candy bar he held in one hand and began to cry.
¿Y qué pasó? ¿Y qué pasó?
They found George's half-eaten body in a market next town over. In one hand he held a knife, in the other a fork. Chunks of flesh had been torn from his chest and his arms. Blood framed an eerie smile. The wind that morning blew fierce, and as it whistled through the hole he'd carved out of his own neck, the harmonica man played his last song in this world. There were Gawkers, and many knew him. They shared stories of how he'd filled them with hope, filled them with life. They, at least, had had their fill. Especially Mary.
If you know what I mean. Por 5 viajes, de ida y vuelta. Bonito libro, que sí, muy ilustradante. Ese sonido característico. Vaya, 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 ¿quién está por aquí? ¡Ah, no! ¡La cabra no!
That cheeky imp! He doused our goat!
Then let's put out some lights of our own.
¡Toma ya! ¿Te quieres? ¡Toma, toma, toma! ¡Ya!
Would you kindly bust a cap in those mother fudges before they douse the lights?
Te has creído tú aquí.
We never finished talking about you kidnapping Paula.
I didn't kidnap her.
You hauled her out of a skip. Isn't that illegal in some states? What did she say?
Nothing. Not for weeks. I was afraid to even touch her, you know? Like she didn't belong to me. to anyone.
But something changed.
There was a phone call.
¡Ey!
Speaking of phones, put that on hold, G. We've got company.
Adiós.
¡Bam! Y sigue. Ah, vale, por ahí. ¡Ah, qué fallo! ¡Guau! Eat this.
Now what's this about a phone call?
Me and Paula were eating when the phone rang. Suddenly, she slams her fork down and says, "Don't answer it!"
Creepy.
First thing she ever said to me. But I got up to take the call. Johnson, you should have seen her. She jumped out of her chair, ran to the phone, and ripped it right off the wall.
Whoa.
Then she came and put her arms around me and started crying. It was the craziest, weirdest, sexiest thing I have ever seen. I have been hers ever since.
Tot, tot.